And hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. A big game this weekend, and as I said in yesterday's video, it's imperative that we sort of keep that form, that tactical adjustment that Arne Slot brought against Marseille at the Velodrome, and bring it into the Premier League. So far in the Champions League, it's been pretty good for Liverpool so far this season. However, in the Premier League, well, it's not been good enough. Yes, we're on a bit of an unbeaten run. We've talked about it in depth before. However, it's not the unbeaten run that fans want. It's a shit unbeaten run. Let's be perfectly honest, it's full of draws. Hence why I don't think Arsenal's invincible season's any good, because the amount of draws that they had. Yes, draws aren't that great. It's almost like freaking losing a point. And we need to try and rediscover a winning way with inside the Premier League. It's imperative, and it's very, very important to doing so. And teams like Bournemouth, they need to be must-win. So yes, I'm looking forward to seeing what happens this weekend. But a very important game nonetheless for the Reds. However, there is some transfer news and some shock transfer news, and I've seen it actually split a lot of the fan base actually on this matter. It came out of nowhere. However, there's been more details emerge, especially with it being maybe concluded this month. Fees have also emerged as well, and I'm interested to know how you guys feel about it. But let's dive into it, guys. But first, please do hit the like button and hit the subscribe button for more. So as you can see here, this is with regard to Andy Robertson. Now, I think it was David Ornstein that came out with it first. However, as you can see, Paul Joyce really backed it up, saying Tottenham looking to sign Liverpool left-back Andy Robertson. Talks ongoing as per David Ornstein. So Robertson transfer, Tottenham must seek £3 million fee. Left-back has still travelled to Bournemouth. Robertson has emerged as a realistic transfer target for Tottenham this month, and reports state Thomas Frankside are willing to pay a fee of around £3 million. Friday brought unexpected news that Liverpool are in talks with Tottenham over the transfer of their vice-captain, with the Scot ready to resolve his future ahead of entering free agency status. A departure would only be sanctioned if it was for the best interest of the player and the club, and it would prompt to the recall of Kostas Tsimikas from his loan at Roma. As for a potential fee being discussed, Paul Joyce has reported Spurs would be willing to pay a fee of around £3 million plus add-ons for the 31-year-old this month. Liverpool, of course, signed him for £8.5 million in 2017, and he's went on to win the lot. But he is, importantly, he travels with the squad to Bournemouth, so that's fairly interesting. But as we know, that the talks are ongoing. But as I said, the fans, Robbo's a fan favourite, and a lot of fans are not really wanting to see him go out the door, and especially with the current sort of lack of quality back there right now, I don't think it would necessarily be a good decision to do so. I can understand, but, you know, Robbo is still can play an imperative role in the team, so it's interesting to see that Liverpool are actually entertaining talks for Robbo right now. But, yeah, certainly an interesting one. And would you take it? £3 million plus add-ons for Andy Robertson this month? Yes or no? Let me know in the comments.
In other news, Arne Slot has responded with both candour and humour after Steven Gerrard urged him to stop talking about low blocks, agreeing with the Liverpool legend's point while joking that a return from the former captain might be the perfect solution. Gerrard had voiced the frustrations of many supporters during TNT Sports coverage on Wednesday night, taking aim at what has become a familiar theme in Slot's post-match analysis. He needs to stop talking about low blocks, Gerrard said. Low blocks have been happening against Liverpool ever since they played, and many years before me. That's just the way it is. The underlying message was clear. While the issue is real, it is nothing new, and Liverpool simply have to find more effective ways to break teams down. Speaking to Sky Sports, Slot accepted the criticism in good spirits and acknowledged that Gerrard was largely right. The Liverpool head coach admitted that he does reference low blocks frequently, but stressed that it is often an unavoidable part of accurately describing what unfolds on the pitch. I think Steven Gerrard has always been very positive and still is very positive about Liverpool Football Club. He cares so much about it, Slot said. And I think I can only agree with him that I speak a lot about low blocks, because we face a lot of low blocks. Slot went on to explain that his language is often shaped by the nature of post-match questions, rather than a desire to dwell on the same tactical theme. If people ask me after the game what my opinion about the game is, then I have to describe a low block, he said. But I can also say time-wasting football, or different words for it as well. The Dutchman also pointed out that Gerrard's own comments supported the broader point that this has long been part of Liverpool's reality. Stephen also said he faced them when he played. I think he was also one of the players who could unlock the low block because of the quality that he had, Slot added. That observation opened the door for one of Slot's lighter moments, as he jokingly suggested that Gerrard might be tempted out of retirement to solve Liverpool's current problems in attack. I spoke one day before the game that if I want to have a top goalscorer that is still playing, I have to look at Mo Salah because Ian Rush is not available anymore, he said with a smile. Maybe I can try to convince Stephen to come back to help us out in those games, because a 30-yard strike could definitely unlock a low block as well. Beyond the humour, Slot conceded that Gerrard's central argument carried weight, and that perhaps he should change his approach in front of the media. But I agree with him. A lot is being said about it, and maybe I should try to find other words, or just simply not talk about it anymore, because it makes no sense. People know now, he admitted. Slot's comments reflect a broader awareness of the narrative that has developed around Liverpool this season. Repeatedly facing deep defensive lines, especially at Anfield, has blunted their attacking flow at key moments, and references to low blocks have become shorthand for those frustrations. Gerrard's intervention, however, was less about denying the problem and more about urging a shift in focus towards solutions rather than repetition. The Liverpool boss closed by suggesting that circumstances can change quickly in football, hinting that the issue may not dominate every fixture going forward. We go on and maybe we don't face it anymore. That's also a possibility because I think Bournemouth has always been a very intense team to play against, he said. In the end, Slot's response struck a balanced tone. He accepted the critique, acknowledged the long-standing nature of the challenge, and showed a willingness to adapt his messaging, all while sharing a light-hearted nod to Gerrard's legendary ability to change games with a single strike from distance. Ultimately, Slot's reaction underlined both his self-awareness and his connection to Liverpool's past. By embracing Gerrard's criticism rather than bristling at it, he showed a willingness to reflect, adapt, and keep the focus on improvement rather than excuses. The joke about tempting the former captain back onto the pitch may have raised a smile, but the substance of his response was more telling. Slot knows the challenge is not new, the scrutiny is not going away, and solutions, not soundbites, will define how this Liverpool side moves forward. But that is all for today's video. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please drop a like on the video and subscribe to the channel for daily Liverpool content. We post all the latest Liverpool news every day, so join our fast-growing community so you never miss out. Thank you. I'll see you in the next video.